Hello, my dear students. Before we go to the chapter or topic of the day, please see this one. Delicious, nutritious, huh? Tasty, attractive. This one, still more attractive, still more attractive, which contains vegetarian and the non-vegetarian, color-wise, fragrance-wise. Now, ephedrine and adrenaline, these two are important hormones, okay, secreted by our body. These two are also prepared synthetically, okay. So these two will play vital role in maintaining or in increasing the BP whenever we face the low BP, or sometimes suddenly we shout in the sports competition, okay. Whenever we want to go for a jump from the what mountains or skydiving, so there we require help of these hormones, okay. Why I'm saying examples, these examples, please wait, okay. So this is a natural, but we make artificially man-made hormones also nowadays, because chemistry is advanced like anything. Okay, this is a Novocaine. This is used as local anesthesia, especially for the dental treatment in the dentistry by the dental doctors, okay. Mm. Please see this example. Benadryl, very common, most famous cough syrup we see in the medical shop in the form of gel, in the form of syrup, in the form of tablets. Benadryl is available. It is antihistamine. Okay. See, I'm giving the clue here. It is antihistamine, and this Benadryl contains diphenyl hydramine. I think slowly I'm making clear which chapter or which topic we are going to discuss today. Okay, right. You see, there are some quaternary ammonium salts in chemistry. They are used as what surfactant or disinfectant. They will find many applications in the chemical industry. So we see some today we are seeing special examples. Okay, you see dyes, color, colorful compounds. Okay, all these are called as what? Diazonium salts. Okay, now what we are going to learn or discuss today? Today we are going to discuss a very interesting chapter. Okay, in our previous session we were discussing compounds of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Totally 6 classes of compounds of CHO we studied. In today's discussion, we are going to discuss compounds of CHO and one more extra N. So our topic of discussion is compounds of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. Many are there, but broadly classified into 3 categories: nitro compounds, okay, amines, then diazonium salts. Okay, so these three are three what important class of compounds of CHO and N, but not all are there for the syllabus curriculum. So only amines in short and diazo still in brief. Okay, so we discuss the last two class of compounds. They are what? Amines and the diazonium salts. So I think I'm making myself clear which topic we are going to start and which main chapter we are going to start, and the name of the chapter is what? Amines. Okay, compounds of CHO and N. So in this amine only diagram salts we have to start. Okay, so totally it is studied under the 3 parts. Okay, so first part, second part, and third part. So 3 parts includes amine chapter. So my dear students, I am welcoming you all for today's session on amines part 1. What are amines? For this, you should recall the structure of ammonia. From ammonia, remove one hydrogen, replace hydrogen one by one. There are three hydrogen atoms in ammonia. Replace either one or two or all three by either alkyl or aryl. Whatever is formed is called as what? Amine. NH3, remove an H, add R NH2, amine. NH3, remove H, add benzene, C6H5NH2, amine. So all these are what? Amines. So amines are what? Amines are the derivatives of ammonia. They are derived from ammonia. They are formed by the replacing one or two or all the three hydrogen atoms of ammonia by corresponding alkyl or the aryl groups, so that we get amines. So here are the examples: methylamine, phenylamine, okay, dimethylamine, trimethylamine, depend upon the number of alkyl groups. Now, structure of amine. Structure of amine is similar to ammonia because they are derivatives of ammonia, no? That's why structure is same. What is the structure of ammonia? Ammonia is NH3. It looks like a tetrahedral, okay, and it is a triangular pyramidal where N is at the center and three hydrogen atoms are there. So N is under sp3. Okay, out of 4 sp3, 3 sp3 of nitrogen are with hydrogen, so that it is NH3, and 1 sp3 is what? That is a lone pair of electron on the nitrogen. It is here. 1 sp3 with hydrogen, second sp3, third sp3. Okay, so all these are what? sp3 hybrid orbitals of nitrogen. Okay, so one is what? Lone pair of electron which is on the head of what? Nitrogen. So it is exactly like ammonia. Okay, right. But the problem is what? Bond angle. So in ammonia, we have one lone pair of electrons and remaining what? 3 bond pair of hydrogen between the N and the H. So because H is small, okay, so it is experiencing a repulsion from the lone pair of electrons. Therefore, there is a shrink in the less in the bond angle. Okay, because lone pair bond pair repulsion is more than the bond pair we learnt in the chemical bonding chapter of 11th class. Okay, that's why due to the repulsion between the lone pair and the bond pair, there is a decrease in the bond angle. But if if all the three H of ammonia are replaced by bulkier alkyl groups, then they somehow sustain the repulsion. Whatever repulsion is caused by the lone pair of electron on the nitrogen, that is managed or sustained, withstand. Okay, they will withstand the repulsion by the bulkier three groups of alkyl or the aryl, so that decrease in the bond angle is not there. Okay, so it depends upon the chemical atmosphere present around the nitrogen. Smaller the unit, more is the repulsion between the lone pair bond pair. Bulkier is the group, less is the repulsion between the bond pair lone pair, or they can withstand. So all these will happen depend upon what type of amine we are discussing, or what type of ammonia is under the study. Okay, right. Now classification of amines. Amines are classified on many grounds. What is the one way? One way is depend upon the group attached to the nitrogen atom as a primary amine, secondary amine, or tertiary amine. This is our normal ammonia. Okay, if one H is removed by NH2, it is called RNH2 or any alkyl aryl NH2. Okay, so the NH2 group attached to only one carbon is called as the primary. If this amine group attached to the nitrogen, in turn attached to the two other carbon, secondary. All three carbon, tertiary. So depend upon the attachment of the amine to the N in turn attachment to the carbon atom, they are classified as primary, secondary, or tertiary amines. This is one way. Otherwise, what? Otherwise, whether it is aliphatic amine or aromatic amine, if benzene nucleus is there, aromatic amine. If it is not there, normal aliphatic amine, or otherwise there. If around the nitrogen, if all the groups are similar, CH3, CH3, CH3N, trimethylamine. All the alkyl are similar, so they are called a simple amine. Out of the three, one is methyl, one is ethyl, or other one is propyl, or two ethyl, one methyl. So if mixture is there, they come under the mixed amines. So depend upon the type of the alkyl groups or the aryl groups attached to the N, they are classified as primary, secondary, tertiary, or simple and mixed, or aliphatic and the aromatic. So variety is there in amines, because amines play very important role. They play an important role in the making the DNA. They play very important in the basic character. They play most important role in what? Protein making. Amine to amino acid to the peptide, polypeptide to what? Protein. So there's a big link chain is there. Okay. So proteins and the nucleic acid, making of nucleic acid, maintaining. So all those amines plays very important role. That's why we have to learn the amine chapter, which is there in the 12th class. Okay. Very nice. Now nomenclature of amine. Amines are named strictly according to the IUPAC. Somewhere common names are we use, otherwise we use in most of the time IUPAC name only. Where common name is more popular, that time only we use common name. Otherwise, in most of the cases we use IUPAC name. Okay. If the amines groups are more, that time we will number it accordingly. Hydrocarbon parent name is taken. Then we go for the di, tri, all those suffixes or the prefixes. So amine, amine, ine, we add, we go for the suffix. Okay, all those are there. So with examples, it becomes more clear. This is ethyl amine or ethanamine, IPC. Propanamine. Why it is N-propyl? Because it's normal propyl. So it is N-propylamine, common name or propanamine. This is what? This is also propanamine. But the amine group is attached to this carbon atom, second carbon atom. Therefore, it is called propan-2-amine. Okay, now this is CH3, CH3, CH3 and NH here. Out of the two, which is the biggest one, here both are similar chain. Same number of carbon atoms. But here one is, this is a carbon chain with only one carbon, this is a carbon chain with two carbon atoms. Therefore, this becomes the longest chain. So this becomes the parent, so ethane. So this is the ethane family. Now this is what methyl is the attachment. So this methyl is attached to where? N. So N-methyl. N-methyl, parent name is ethane family. Ethane and it belongs to which category? Amine. So ethanamine. Correct name is what? N-methyl is the attachment. So N-methyl ethanamine. Here all three are same. All three are same. Therefore, one is becomes the parent, other two becomes the side chain. So N-methyl, or you can say this is a methane family. These two attachments. So there are two similar on the N. So N dimethyl methanamine, methane family. This is the longest chain, butane family. So butanamine. Which butanamine? N. Here is one ethyl, here is one ethyl. So there are two ethyl on the same N. So N diethyl butanamine. Okay. So this is a water. Double bond is there on the water. Double bond is there on the second carbon atom, and the first it is N is there. So it is named as it is a propanamine actually. But because you have gone for the numbering, therefore it is called what? Prop 2-in-1 amine. Prop family 2-in-1 amine. Okay. So prop 2-in-1 amine are commonly called as allyl amine. This is called hexane 1,6-diamine because similar groups are many here. CH2 6 times. Okay. And there are two extreme end, NS2 and NS2. That time this is hexane family. Hexane is told completely. It is named completely hexane. Okay. So then on the first carbon of the hexane chain and on the sixth carbon of the hexane chain, there are two amine groups. Therefore, it is called as hexane 1,6-diamine or hexamethylene diamine is the common name. Penzenamine, aniline, most famous aniline, and so on. Orthotoluidine, para-bromelain, N-dimethyl accordingly, all these are named. Okay, kindly go through this chart. Okay. Now we go to the preparation part of the amines after understanding the introduction. So it is prepared by many methods. Okay. So one is what? Reduction of nitro. When the nitro compounds are reduced by supplying the hydrogen. So two hydrogen, if you supply here NH2, and these two will go with hydrogen water. So if you supply two hydrogen molecule, one molecule as NH2 will become one molecule of H2 will take the water becomes H2O. In this way, 2H2O is supplied here. Okay. So nitro to amine, very easy. Ammonolysis of alkyl halides. What is ammonolysis? Lysis is to break. Using ammonia, we are breaking. Therefore, it is called as what? Ammonolysis of what? Alkyl halides. Okay. So, by adding alkyl halide to ammonia, we get addition product. From this, HX will go because it is a polar. So, after going HX, it becomes what? RNH2. And that RNH2, if you add once again alkyl halide, so one more H will go, all H will go, or completely it is surrounded by everything. So depending upon what type of alkyl group you are adding, they are named. This is the best method, but the problem is, excuse me, the problem is in this method we get a mixture of products. So separation technique is a problem. Separate time you have to give for the separation techniques. Therefore, though the major product is primary amine, but still some other amines also formed. Therefore, industrially we don't prefer it. If you have got a time, labor, then you can follow this method. Okay, right. Reduction of nitriles. Okay, cyanides. 2H here, 2H here. So CH3, CH2 already there. So 2H here, CH2, one more H2. So CH2 and H2. That is called amine. Which amine? 3 carbon. So propylamine. Reduction of amides. What are amides? CONH2 group is called as amide group. Okay. So CONH2 amide. So here 2H on the carbon, 2H on the what? Here. So what happens here? CH3, CH2, NH2. Right. So this O will go with water, hydrogen as H2O. Once again, CH3, CH2, two hydrogen here, and already NH2 is here. Okay. So amide to amine. Now CH3, C double bond O N, CH2, CH3, CH2, CH3. Okay, here you add hydrogen. So already CH3, CH2, two are there. Now by adding hydrogen becomes what? CH3, CH2, what? NHN. So there are three CH3, CH2. So all together becomes what? CH3, CH2, CH3, CH2, CH3, CH2. Three are there. So three are here, and one N, H2 will go as a side product. So triethylamine. Okay, right. Now this is what Gabriel thalamide synthesis from the famous scientist, what? Gabriel from German country. So he made it using the what? Phthalic acid to thalamide. So thalamide with KOH gives what? Potassium salt of thalamide. Then we go for the alkyl halide addition. So we get a N-alkyl thalamide. Okay, depending upon the alkyl, N-ethyl, N-methyl. So it is generally called as what? N-alkyl thalamide. Then that is subjected for alkali hydrolysis NaOH, where the bond breaks here. Then we get a CONA, CONA. Okay, so this R and N will go as RNH2. Okay, so when R and N will go as NH2, then this is what we have taken here 2 sodium hydroxide. So from 2 sodium hydroxide, 2 H2 is there, no? Those 2 H2 will go with this Rn. So Rn with the 2H becomes 2NH2. Now remaining 2 NaO will add here, and this is the side product. In this way, primary amines are prepared by the Gabriel thalamide synthesis from the famous scientist Gabriel. Okay. So first is what? Thalamide, potassium salt. Okay, thalamide intermediate. Then with sodium hydroxide 2 moles, it is what? Sodium salt with primary amine. Most important from the exam point. This is Hoffman's bromide degradation. What is degradation? Breaking, decompose, degrade. Okay, all those are different English words for the same meaning. So we are degrading using the bromine. That is called what? Hoffman's bromide degradation. Why Hoffman? Because he has discovered. Okay, he is the one. August Wilhelm Hoffman, famous scientist. He not only made this equation, he also discovered a formaldehyde long back, 1800, 1850, during that time, okay, along with the scientist, okay. So together they have contributed in the field of what? Chemistry. So because his work is there, though we name his, we use his name, Hoffman. So this is called Hoffman's bromide degradation. Here we use what? Bromine and the alkali, okay, for the amides. So amide with bromine and alkali combination, we get the amine. CH3 what? NH2, and others will go as a sodium carbonate, sodium bromide, this way, and water. The same way propanamide to ethanamine. Okay. One interesting thing is what? Here we have 2 carbon in the chain, but here only one carbon less in the product. Here we have the 3 because this CO is there. No, this CO will go. Okay, the main area is what? Degradation. So destruction, decomposition, destroying, all those word we use for this one. Therefore, so whatever amine we get, they have the less number of carbon atoms compared to the amide. In the amide, one C there in the form of CONH2, that group is converted into only NH2. Okay, right. That C will escape as CO3. Okay, in the form of what? Sodium carbonate. Okay, right. So, my dear students, today we studied what are the importance of amine, and what is meant by amine, examples for amines, okay, classification of amines, okay, structure part, okay, then nomenclature part, and at the end preparation part of amines. Okay, so very interesting session we had today. Now in our forthcoming sessions we discuss property part, that is part second, and the last part is what? Diazonin salt. So that we will wind up the small chapter amine. Okay, so before I conclude today's session, I am going to give one caption which tells about the importance of what? Amine. Thank you, my dear students.